Welcome back to Table Talk Sports. It is time for our predictions, and boy, do we got some good games on the slate in the NFL, some in the NBA, and a special little shout out to the Premier League. For those of you that do not know what that is, I will explain in a couple minutes. By the way, if you like any of these videos that we've released here in episode 2, or if you enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe for more. Let's dive right into it. I will start with my predictions of the week. Here we go. We're going to start with the NFL. I have the Rams versus the 49ers. Big game in the NFC West. What do I got here? It's an easy one. Rams going to win this one 28-14. Moving on to the AFC North. I'm going with the Patriots over the Dolphins 35-7. Moving on. We got the Chargers versus the Raiders. Big game for both teams as they're both trying to vie for a playoff spot. If whoever wins will make the playoffs. Whoever loses is done. Who wins this one? I believe Justin Herbert and the Chargers will win this one 24-21. Moving on, Saints versus Falcons. Big game for the Saints as they must win to make the playoffs. Falcons out of playoff contention now. It's going to be a great game, but the Saints will come up on top 24-14, and they will slip into the playoffs. Moving on to the NFC North, I have an interesting game with the Packers versus the Lions. Interesting to see what happens here. The Packers have already locked up the number 1 seed in the NFC. The Lions is trying to see if they can get to 3 wins. Even if Rodgers does not play and they rest their biggest stars, I don't think the Lions have the superpower or the firepower to win this game. I have them winning this one 35-14. The Packers will win. Moving on now. Big game for the Bills. Bills taking on the Jets. And many people think it's going to be a blowout. It will not be a blowout. It's going to be a close game. Zach Wilson almost upsetting the greatest of all time, and Tom Brady will have a shot at beating him yet again. Final score is going to be Bills 31, Jets 28. Moving on now, I have the Colts versus the Jaguars. Colts need to win this game if they make the playoffs, and I think they will playing the Trevor Lawrence Jaguars, who were thumped last week by letting 50 points in. I think it's going to be a blowout. The Colts win this one 42-3. And then I have a special game for the Premier League. The Premier League is the British Soccer League. And just like we have big games like the Chiefs versus the Rams, it's going to be a big game in the Premier League. Manchester City, champions of the Premier League, taking on upcoming Chelsea. Man City, my favorite soccer team, will win this game 3-1. I expect a good game to watch. It's going to be on USA Network. Make sure to watch this one this Saturday. So those are my predictions. Let's have one thought on this one.
Rather interesting for the predictions. Hopefully you actually get some right this week.
Listen, that rude. At least I had the general gist of some right. I said the Seahawks were going to beat the Lions. And we all saw how that happened.
Yeah. But anyone beats the Lions, so as we all know that.
Well, hang on. The 2 teams that lost to the Lions didn't beat the Lions last time I checked. The Cardinals lost to the Lions.
True.
Anything can happen in the NFL. Just say it. What about you, Big Play Nate? What are your predictions?
We got 6 games on my slate. I'm picking 3 NFL, 3 NBA. Let's have some fun here. Our NFL games. Saints versus Falcons at 4:25 on Sunday afternoon. The Saints are favored by 4.5 points. But the Falcons beat them already. The Saints are trying for a playoff spot, but I think the Falcons are going to pull this off. My own Falcons against the Saints are going to win by 4, 28-24. I'm taking the under. Game number 3, Patriots and Dolphins, also at 4:25 on Sunday. Patriots are favored by 6.5. But if you look at history, the Dolphins have beaten the Patriots many times on the end of the regular season, whether any of them are in for playoff contention or not. I'm taking another upset here. The Dolphins are going to win by 3, 20-17. But then the biggest game of the week is at 8:20, Sunday Night Football on NBC. LA Chargers and Las Vegas Raiders. LA is favored by 3. I'm going to take the over on that. LA is going to beat them by 7, 31-24. The Chargers will be in the playoffs. Raiders will be out. Now we got some 3 NBA games. 2 of them on January 7, I'll be predicting. First, Milwaukee at Brooklyn, January 7. This has been a very tough series for both these teams. Both these teams are very evenly matched with star power and firepower. But Brooklyn's going to pull this one out. They got home field advantage. So even without Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant will pop off on this Bucks team. So will James Harden. They might even get some help from, who knows, Joe Harris. Maybe even Blake Griffin will have a game for himself. I have Brooklyn winning on January 7 against the Bucks by 3. Also on January 7 at 9 o'clock, Atlanta flies to the Pacific Coast to take on the LA Lakers. Atlanta is going to be playing a very inconsistent Lakers team. And I think this is a game Atlanta gets back on track. Atlanta beats the Lakers by 5, causing LeBron and Russ and all those guys to start arguing again. And last, January 9, this is one of the best games of the week. Miami at Phoenix. 2 very good teams, 2 very talented teams. But Phoenix has the upper hand. They've been together longer. They went to the NBA Finals last year. They have the upper hand and home court advantage. Phoenix by 8 on January 9 over the Miami Heat. Gunslinger, what do you think of these?
I don't know much about basketball, so those sound right. So I'm gonna give you the hand on that one. But the NFL games, I don't like Chargers beating Raiders. I think it's gonna be an upset there, and you'll hear that from me in now. So I'm going to be making some bold predictions today. 6 NFL games on the slate. We don't want to waste your time with any other sports because all of the sports are useless. So we're going to
watch. You're going to probably end up getting them right too, because that's just going to be annoying. I'm going to make a bold prediction. You've been right like half the time. That's the thing.
I'm right more than half the time, man. I'm right like 80% of the time.
Oh my word! And he's not even going to be humble about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm right half the time."
Yeah, he's smart and very humble. Yes, good job.
I'm so humble. That's one of my best qualities. Now I'm moving on to my 6 NFL games. We are going to go. All 6 games are all going to be on Sunday. I'm going first. Rams 49ers. The spread is 5.5 in favor of the Rams. I'm taking over that spread. I'm going to say Rams by 7. Next, we're going Pats Dolphins. Pats are favored by 6.5. Dolphins have been on a down streak after they just lost the Titans game. They were going very well, just lost the Titans game. Pats are losing a couple. I still think Pats are going to pull this out by 8. Chargers Raiders. Chargers are favored by 3 in this one. Raiders are fighting for a playoff spot. So are the Chargers, to be fair. Divisional game. This will be interesting. I think the Raiders are going to pull this one out by 7. Now we got the game that everybody seems to be talking about today, New Orleans at Atlanta. New Orleans needs this, and they need a 49ers loss, and they will be into the playoffs. Atlanta out of the playoffs, but they just want to knock off their favorite team to beat. So the spread is 4.5 in favor of New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans by 10. Green Bay versus Detroit. There is no spread in this game based off of they don't know who's starting in this game, if Green Bay is going to rest their starters. Regardless, I believe Green Bay is going to throttle Detroit in this game. It is going to be a 28-point victory for Green Bay. Now, my final game of this one, we're going Buffalo versus New York Jets. Buffalo is favored by 17 for obvious reasons. Jets having a rough year with first-year coach Robert Saleh. The Bills have a very strong passing game. I am expecting a blowout. I'm taking the Bills by 32. Bruiser, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm not going to go against any of yours because if I do, that means it's secure that they're going to be correct. That's our history of this. If we doubt Gunslinger, then he's automatically right. So we'll go ahead and move on to mine now.
This should be interesting.
We'll go ahead and move on to mine. Mine start off with the Bengals versus the Browns, where I say that the Bengals are going to win 28-17. As you can tell, because I'm a Bengals fan. Saints more, but Bengals. The next game is Steelers versus Ravens. I say that the Ravens are going to win that game 24-21, just in a barely victory, but by a game-winning field goal. Next game is Bears-Vikings, and I actually say that the Bears are going to win that game 24-10. The next game that I am picking is the New Orleans Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons, and I believe that game is going to be 19-0 for New Orleans. New Orleans is going to score 1 touchdown, and the rest are going to be field goals, typically how it goes for this season. My final NFL game is the Rams 49ers. Now, off of me saying that New Orleans wins, New Orleans needs the 49ers to lose. I say that the Rams are going to win 35-17, causing the New Orleans Saints to make the playoffs. My final game is in the NBA, which is the Orlando Magic versus the Detroit Pistons. That is, I think it's a week from now, isn't it? And
something like that.
Yeah. I say that the Magic is going to win 137-125, a little closer score than I said last week. Now, obviously, we have closing statements, but didn't you want to talk about our little basketball thing, Nathan, or Big Play Nate, right before we go?
So if you don't know this, I play for the Wyoming Warriors. High C mentioned something about that last episode. I could not listen to it because I had to leave to go to a important event. But we play our very big rivals, the Hudsonville Hornets, on January 15 at the Homeschool Building in Wyoming, Michigan.
Hornets stink!
If any of y'all live in Michigan and are near that area, come join the fun. It's the biggest rivalry in homeschool basketball. And I was in the car with High C going to that game, and I told him I'm going to liken this rivalry to Michigan State with a little bit more respect. It has definitely lived up to that. And if you guys want to see some good basketball from all age levels in both male and female games, come and join the fun at the Homeschool Building January 15.
And join me for sure, because I will be covering almost every single game for both, and I will be joined by multiple, not official yet, some players from the, just general other teams. I think I have some players possibly interested in joining me from the girls 14U. I have some players joining me maybe from the JV and varsity levels. I have a bunch of co-hosts coming in that day. You do not want to miss it. We'll be posting them here on our channel. And I think you guys will love those highlight reels. If you do like them, like and subscribe those. What about Bruiser? Bruiser, you have a closing statement for us to end the night?
Yes. Right before, I will be criticizing Big Play Nate the entire time that he plays. Just, if y'all like criticism towards him, that's what I will be doing. Our closing statement, yes, it really is. Criticizing any of these co-hosts that I have.
Are you really going to do that, though? Are you really going to?
I'm just going to be saying he easily could be shooting the ball better. I'm just going to be saying a boatload of stuff. But as I said, the closing statement today is going to be mine. And what our closing statement is going to be is when anybody talks about the New Orleans Saints, they talk about how either we're abysmally bad or how we lost the game. We're never really talked about as, hey, they're actually doing good, or hey, they're actually beating the odds. And that's what's been going on this year, beating the odds. This year, the New Orleans Saints have had 58 different starters in all positions. 58. That is an NFL record off of different players to start at positions. It's an NFL record which has never been done before. The former NFL record was 49. The New Orleans Saints have almost beaten that by 10, yet they are still in the playoff race, and many say that they will make the playoffs with all that adversity. I believe that we needed to show a little bit of respect towards them off of how much adversity they are beating, off of they weren't able to play in their home stadium when the season started. They weren't able to play for 4 weeks in it. They lost their starting quarterback. They've lost half their players to COVID throughout the entire season, and they've had so many different starters. So it's a insane statistic that you see, and not many people talk about it. So I thought I would bring that up today, bring it to y'all, and y'all can make your own conclusion on whether or not you think that actually had an effect on the Saints NFL season. I won't say what I think, because what I think will turn into a 30-minute conversation. But thank you for watching today. We enjoyed doing this. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please smash that like button down below and subscribe for more videos like this. We love doing this, as we've said. We love educating people. That's what we're now going to start calling this. We're educating people on football. How John Madden loves to do it, we are now going to continue to do that. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please tune in for our next video next week. God bless, and have a nice rest of your day.
And yo, Happy New Year, y'all.